Hey Facebook, what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. Listen, we are flying through this month and this week, but we're super excited. You all already know what time it is. It is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are making sure we dedicate this month to specifically highlighting women all across the world. This is Women's International History Month. So, of course, every day for the month of March, I'm going to be highlighting different women and why they chose to be investors and business owners. And I think it's so important and so critical to know as a woman your true power and strength, right? Not just being a mother, not just being a wife, but because we're born for so much more, but really to be able to see these women truly excel into their purpose. So you all check in. How is your day going? Go ahead and drop one word that describes today, right? My word for today is bold. That's a word I wrote when I journaled this morning, and it's remaining bold in everything that I do. Bold when it comes to trading, bold when it comes to investing, bold when it comes to my confidence, bold when it comes to how I love myself and how I exude that love on other people. So drop one word in the comments that describes you today. I think that's definitely important to do on a daily basis to really set your intentions for the day. And I'm super excited for our special guest. She's going to actually be joining us here in a second and requesting to join the live. But while we're waiting on her, I want to see that word that describes you today, right? It's something that a lot of times we don't think about, and I'm so grateful. My king and I, one of the things that he was saying is like, you wear so many different hats, right? You wear so many different hats, but you got to know how to be able to operate and what space is appropriate for it. And I appreciate being able to have someone in my life that can definitely make sure I stay focused on myself and also my goals and helping others as well. Confident. I love it. Mrs. Washington said confident. That is amazing. I think we have Miss Wells on. Let me see. We have the queen on. And you all can continue dropping that one word that describes you today. I love confident. That definitely is an amazing word. Hey, Miss Wells, how are you doing, honey?
Hello, how are you? How are you?
I am doing amazing. Listen, you are glowing, honey.
Thank you. So are you.
Yes, ma'am. Listen, the sun is hitting just
It is.
right.
I got caught outside. The wind started acting up, so I was like, "Oh, let me get in some space." So yeah.
Yes, you are doing, you look amazing. Well, I'm definitely grateful. This is our first time live together. So I'm super excited for this conversation today. Definitely go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about you, of course, your name, where you're from, and a little bit about you.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, definitely giving it back to you. Thank you for being a prime example of beauty, of just strength. I'm from South Carolina, so definitely Columbia, South Carolina, that's home for me. So thank you for being that, like I say, in real life example of what we can do, just the things that we can do as women.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for that and your energy. So thank you, thank you. So again, my name is Deidre Wells. I am from South Carolina, born and raised, small town called Maysville, right outside of Sumter.
Oh,
Most people may not know that area, but we're
never heard of it.
yeah, it's very very small town. I have to say Sumter, Shaw Air Force Base for most people to know where it's from, but that's
Right.
hometown. Definitely born and raised. I am 36 years old, the mother of one biological. He is 19, and I have other babies, his sisters and brothers, four of them that I help raise. So definitely my babies. I've been in the healthcare field for now a little over 11 years. So definitely thankful for that, thankful for my passion that I have to help people, all of that. So I've been in the opportunity now since May of last year, and getting started, I can't say it was something that I kind of second guessed on. I've reached out, did other opportunities, because when it comes to it, we do what we have to do to make sure our family have, to make sure we provide. So if
Right.
it's an opportunity that, I can make a return on, or something I can grow in any way, from being around my
Right.
sisters and all of them, talking about it and knowing a little bit about investing, but never doing it myself. So once I got
Right.
that information at night, of course, I was in a different headspace, than most times, coming out of some bad things, a bad year. So when I saw
Mm.
the information at night, Tia Cook, she announced, she had it on post, and I reached out to her, and it's just kind of been a no brainer since. It's been some up and
Yeah.
down days, but opportunity, like I said, it's more than just a financial, investment. It's more than growth. Finally
Right.
placed myself back somewhere where I can have passion for me. I've always
Mm,
had passion for others, just making sure my family and everyone around me is good. But opportunity,
right.
like I say, seeing so many of our people, so many young individuals, so many women that are just bosses in their own
Listen.
right. It was like,
Yes.
why can't I? I can. I'm seeing it every day, and not just that, the energy that's
Right.
being poured out to you is just it's on a whole nother level. So it's been amazing. I'm definitely grateful for it.
One thing I want to go ahead and talk on, because see, Christina hit me with it yesterday, and you hit it with me yesterday. Yesterday she talking about she 37, and then you talking about you 30. Wait a minute. Like, I don't see y'all. See, this is God, because y'all are keeping me excited, baby, about going into 30. Okay, because your girl is like, oh my God, October gonna be here for you know it.
Yeah,
I'm about to be 30. But y'all, I love it because you just never know. Like, one of the things about this opportunity, what is so amazing is the unknown. That's the amazing part. Because to some people, it can be scary. But to us, as we learn more about ourselves, as we deep dive into personal growth and self development, the unknown is so pleasant and beautiful, because it's like, man, I still have somewhere to go.
yeah,
I still have growth and things like that to achieve. So, the number one question I'm asking everybody this month to get their perspective on, being a woman, being a mother in this space and investing, and share a little bit about your story. Two-part question. The first part is, why do you think it's only 9% of women that invest? And the second part is, how can we change that narrative?
so I would say my perspective on it, definitely being a young mother, coming from where I come from, it's not the horrible place, but it's a small town. A lot of times we're so stuck, and like you say, the unknown is beautiful now, but at one point I know I was stuck in the known, and it was comfortable to stay with what I knew than to reach out
Mm,
there and try something else. But the thing about it, if we actually look at it, if we look back and just think about being in our comfort spot, it's not what truly makes us happy. So it's kind of like, well, I know what the known is. Let me just go try something else. So I think if we kind of reach outside of ourselves, outside of what we've been shown, outside of what we know,
mm,
it won't be so scary, and just the normal thing of, you get a job, you do the basics to take care of your family,
right,
you get that significant other, and you're good. It's like you're set. But is that really what we're all, is that really all we're worth? I think it's just so much more. And if we could tap into that, if we could just, yeah, not be afraid. But like you
mm,
say, once you know, it becomes it's a repeated thing. You already know
right,
nothing else. There's no further you can go. But if you just think, just for a quick second, the unknown, because you know what the known is giving you. So
right.
that for a lot of the women, like I said, we used to, the normal is you have someone to help you carry that load, and you can't. But we've been doing it all by ourselves. Even though we have help, we carried a child, we brought that child. We did all the things that required a lot of strength, mentally, physically,
Mm,
emotionally.
mm.
We can do so much more. The second part was, oh my God, I think I got wrapped up.
No, it's okay. It was, how can we change that narrative?
It's 2021. That's all I can say is it's now. We've seen so many changes happen right around us. We know that we have to go out and actually be breadwinners now too. We know that the world is changing around us. We know that we can't just be complacent and wait for things, because then we'll be stuck in the known. I just really think that we just need to show each other. It's not as hard as it seems. It starts with us. We already know we got the biggest part. We have strength as women, came
Yeah.
in with so much of that.
Right, right. You said some very powerful things, by the way, even talking about, just because all of this is a paradigm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's a paradigm that, okay, I've never really seen anybody in my family where I come from be wealthy. It's a paradigm that I've never really seen anybody in my family do anything outside of working a job. But the awareness comes in and set in, that is that although that's all you've
Right.
seen the results of that. you've also seen the result of it. And the reality has to set in that if you've seen that and seen the result, now you have to make a conscious decision. Do I want to do the same exact things to get the same exact results? And it's really not even a beat up session, you know what I mean? Because I don't want people to feel like, oh, those Forex people, like they're trying to shove it down our throat, they're trying to beat us up. No, we just want to be able to show people how someone showed us.
Yeah,
There is a side.
there is. There is.
It's a side.
Because we know, like you say, the results, we know what the results get us, and it's always been leaving us wanting more. If not, we would have been some way celebrating life, as it is. But we're here, we're in reality, and the reality is, let's try for something else. We're so much.
Let's go right.
Yeah.
Let's go else, and especially being, a woman of color, as being women of color, it's just like to even fathom that in this year 2021 a woman of color can be a business owner, CEO, a seven-figure earner. To even fathom that should make you feel great, because that wasn't always an opportunity.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. And I've been on jobs, like I said, I had my son when I was 17, and I was raised by great parents, and I was instilled in a lot of things. And so I'm grateful for the fact that even at an early age, when I found out I have a mouth to feed, it's time for me to go out there and provide a way. So I've never been
Right.
shy of getting a job or working on a job, but it's always left me in a position, and this opportunity, like I said, is so much bigger than just the Forex. My dreams are alive again. It's about all I say. After trying
That's
things and getting the same results, I see different. I see so.
Right. Can we drop some flames in the chat for Miss Wells? Because I'm going to actually expand upon that. Drop some flames in the chat to celebrate this queen, not only for her honesty, but her transparency, her vulnerability. And one of the things she just said is like, my dreams are alive again. And I want to expand upon that, because I know that a lot of times, especially as women, when we do become mothers, when we do take on that responsibility, it's no longer about you. It's now about that human being you've just given life to. And to see you as a woman, to know it's not too late.
It's not.
Talk about the mindset, though, because that takes a different mindset to even feel like it's not too late. Talk a little bit about that.
A lot of that comes from experiences. I'm young still, 36, but I've chosen to go down different paths in my life that has been harder than they had to be for me. And so I know where being at your lowest, or waking up and you're finding yourself in a situation that you don't know how you're going to get out of. I know how to make you feel like it's over. It can make you feel like, now I just have to settle for what I can get. That is so not true. For one, I believe in God, and He has shown me, He has done so many things in my life to remind me that I'm better than the choices that I have made.
Ooh.
And I'm able to know that every time I have breath in my body, I can do it again. There's another opportunity for me. And it's just no letting up. He never let up on me. He never did. When I say I've been at my lowest, I've been in trouble, in situations, I've been told you can't do certain things or you'll never have certain jobs. And that's not the case. It happened for me. It most definitely is never over. If you have breath in your body, there's another chance. I say go.
Listen, I have chills when you said, and I'll because I want to quote you verbatim, because I'm going to post it and tag you after this call. But when you said that God, you said something along the lines that something with God, something, and not the choices that I've made. I forgot exactly how you put it just now, and I wish I had something I could write with. But that was far. How did you say it? Do you remember?
Look, I know, right? God has showed me that I am better, and I'm worth so much more than the choices I have.
There you go. God has shown me that I'm so much better than the choices I have made. That in itself speaks so much volume. It's so powerful, because a lot of times, especially as women, because we already know, we'll call it what it is, we are emotional beings. We are emotional creatures. We beat ourselves up like crazy, right?
really be like, man, if I didn't make that decision, if I didn't do that, if I didn't go, like we stay on that. But you just said something so powerful that God showed me that I'm better than all the choices I've made.
Yes.
That in itself, listen, honey, that got me on fire right now, baby. Because when you soak that in and understand that if God can forgive me and give me a second chance, why can't I forgive me and give me a second chance?
Oh yeah. And like you said, we're so tough on ourselves, and we got that, and we beat ourselves up so much. Imagine if we just took that power, that strength, and build ourselves up. Endless limits are
I'm unstoppable, and that is why, you know, when God came to me and I said I want to do something different this month, he said you need to go live every day for 31 days highlighting women. I was like, oh Lord, you know.
right.
But I don't question because I'm obedient. So I'm gonna make the time. I'm gonna make sure that we set it up, because it's stuff like this that makes it all worth it. Because one of the things I truly believe with obtaining the goals that we want, Miss Wells, and for everybody on the call, whether that's to be a multi 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner, whatever it starts for the woman with self-love.
Yes.
We gotta call it out. We gotta call it out. Because see, the only time, you know what I mean, that you really, really, really gotta go soul searching and having that deep conversation with yourself is when you stand in the mirror and a reflection looking back at you. How do you feel about that reflection looking back at you? A lot of times in this space, yeah, the money is cool, trading is cool, but if you don't love yourself, you're not gonna exude love, and God is love.
Right. And nothing else will never be enough if you're missing that. It'll never be enough. Yeah.
It's the wisdom for me, honey. Listen, girl, I'm be hitting you up, Miss Wells. Listen, because it's the wisdom for me that, you know, especially when we've been grown up, you know, for African American women, you know, women of, you know, I already know, you know, what happened in the house stays in the house. You don't talk about it, discuss it, you deal with it. It is what it is. Keep it moving.
Yes. But
so it creates such an imbalance because we gotta be so hard on the outside and really in the inside we hurt and we're broken. Our core,
and we can all that together, and we can be all that together for each other. So it won't even mean that much. It won't be a big of a deal if we went through it together, and it's okay. You know, we are human. We're in the flesh. So I definitely think this is going to be so much. Like I say, it's already so much bigger than I could have imagined. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you, what you're doing. Like I said, I've heard of Pretty Girls Trade. I've saw hashtags prior to me joining the opportunity. So once I definitely got the opportunity, I'm like, this is what okay, you know, and that right there in itself was, like I said, I've come from a place where we don't have, or most, you know, you have your 1 or 2 female friends, but that's about it. You don't go
listen now.
Yeah, you don't go outside of that, but to know that it's okay and we can love on each other and still, you know, have our own personal, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It is so beautiful, and I just love it, Queen. You know, I'm gonna be honest. You know, you being a mother and, you know, having, you know, your child at a young age, being a teenage mom, and then knowing what you knew then. Because I want to ask you a different question. Because see, the spirit is telling me to ask you some different questions than I ask other people. What would you tell your younger self from what you know now? Because, you know, what would you? Could we have some mothers that maybe, you know, they were young mothers, teenage mothers on a call, or they're still just trying to figure it out and get their core together? What would be word of advice that you would tell your younger self, knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, I would have reminded myself that I was worth it a long time ago. I would have told myself to never let up, not even for a second. Don't do it. It's, you know, so many other things I would have told my younger self, but definitely if it was anything, it would definitely be to never let up. You had it from the get-go, you know. Build yourself while you're living. Live, but build yourself. Make sure that you're okay. You're okay. Love yourself. Because like I say, being a young mother, I felt like it wasn't until my son turned 18 that, hey, this is a new season for me. I get to, you know, live and do some of the things that I wanted to do that I sacrificed. You have that time.
Yeah.
Because if your child can see you from the gate, if they can see you with that pressure and apply it every time, you'll never be behind. It'll
Right.
be all there.
Right. That's so powerful. And I think that especially being women and being mothers, wives, or whatever you have you, we got to realize that we have little souls really watching everything we do. And, kids pick up, now that I have a daughter, listen, they pick up on everything, honey.
Everything, even the
They was
unspoken.
like,
They,
conversation last night, da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
they pick
They
the
pick up on
unspoken even quicker. Yes.
and so I'm like, okay, as a woman, I have to be even more conscious and cognitive of what I'm saying, how I'm moving, how I'm acting, and what I'm listening to, and things, because I know now I have, a 6-year-old daughter that's looking at everything that I do, and she wants to mimic everything that I do. Oh, how you do makeup? Da, da, da. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that I'm being the best example, because these things do affect our
They
children
do.
when they get into adulthood if they don't have that
Yes.
example. And hence, you know what I mean? It's certain things that we saw
Oh,
our parents do and didn't understand, but guess what? Sometimes we become exactly what we don't want to be because we saw
exactly.
it.
Exactly. It's there. Like you say, our environment plays that part, and let's just be the first environment. Make sure we are a solid environment that our young ones are seeing. It definitely starts
Right.
at home. I will say that your little girl will definitely be okay. Y'all are, like you say, the age, y'all are so young. Everyone is so young and so vibrant and so dedicated. It. I'm proud. I'm super amazed. So yes.
I'm telling you, until we, one of the things I said, and I was definitely thinking about this as I went to sleep last night, and you know, and I'm sharing this for the first time, but again, like my spirit just connected with you in a different way. And I had asked God, I said, why did you choose me to lead women? And one of the things I received back from him is he said, because number one, you're not going to have bias. And number two, everything that I took you through, which is a lot of stuff that the world don't even know yet, you're going to be able to really show women how to heal. Because one of the things that I'm working is forgive. But one of the things that, and I'm saying this because I know we're gonna have people that's in Pretty Girls Trade right now watching. I'm saying it to you from the bottom of my heart. One of the things I want to make sure that we do as women, like some of the stuff you said, really, really, really love on one another and have that open dialogue. That it's not always about, okay, how close are you to this next rank? Are you trading? Are you in the academy?
Yes.
I just want to know, how are you doing today?
Yes. That's it.
You know what I mean? Like how are you feeling today? Like how, you know what I mean? Because see, I understand that if women as a whole, if we all love ourselves, if we all feel great, if we all have a great energy and vibration, everything else is going to happen by default. So the
Yes.
focus of the sisterhood and what we're building for women is that it don't matter where you are financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, when you come in this environment, you're going to be able to talk to somebody like Miss Wells. Wisdom, wisdom. Miss Humphrey, wisdom. Because the crazy thing about it, people still don't really know in depth y'all story. So it's just like, listen, but when you're in this community, that is what I want us to represent. You have so many women that are mothers, college educated, business owners, all these things. That's what it's about, because the trading gonna come, the customers is gonna come. But my focus from now on, after I had this conversation with God last night, is not pushing the business. It's pushing the unity and the sisterhood.
Yes. And that in itself, I have, I get my morning text messages. I have my group, even from work, that they're just so positive. And sometimes just that, like you say, connecting on that level, how are you doing? Might just send me flying in my business, because now, even though we have, like I said, we can tell ourselves we love ourselves all the time, but just to hear that somebody else out there cares, it
Yeah.
sends you soaring in so many different ways. So many different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing about, I don't want to get emotional. I just put my lashes on 20 minutes ago. So I can't I can't do it. Oh, but that's just what I love about this business, because I tell people, coming up on 4 years, for so long, it was about the money. But God said, you can't serve two masters. You can't serve me and money.
Yes. And
you can't. You got to choose. And when you still hear that and you don't choose, what will he do? He'll take all of it away.
Yeah. So now you
take it all. Listen, take you back to square one and strip you naked until you surrender. And he said, like, you got to understand with what we do, like, this is lifelong connections and friendships and partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Not 235 and 175 a month.
No. It's been so, like, it's literally when you have ones call and say, hey, you went to your appointment today. Are you okay? I know you had an appointment. It's just, it's definitely, like I say, for me, a no-brainer. This is my new environment. I feel like a baby. I get to be nurtured again in an environment so strong and so powerful. Like, it's just, yeah.
It's powerful. And I know that everything is going to catch up. And with what we're doing, we have so many powerful women in the country. But it's something different about this group of women that we're going to open up a completely different avenue and roadmap, that when we go to the big conferences and convention, you have Miss Wells on stage, you have Renee, you have Brittany Belton, you have Dominique, you have Paris, all these amazing women on stage. And what my vision is, we're going to literally take up an entire section. It's going to be nothing but women.
Done.
My God. Chris Materi gonna be like, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to rechange the company. Wait a minute. Nothing but hundreds of women, because we got that foundation set first, and then now everybody else is automatically on autopilot. Why? Because we exude love, we feel love, we understand there is no superior. I don't even want anybody to call me chairwoman anymore. It's Nicole Millionaire Welton. I just so happen to be a rank in the company, but it's Nicole.
I love it.
That's it.
I love it. It's done.
Listen, can you see it? Like, you don't understand.
Pounds. I see it.
Listen, I see it. Like, I see it. Like, I'm telling you, like, Chris Materi will be like, wait a minute, where these women come from? Because out of 4 years almost, and I still haven't seen women really dominate this thing. Really, really dominate this thing.
It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. We have it. We have all the tools that we need. We were born with them.
From birth. Listen, from birth, we got everything that we need. You know what I mean? So I'm just so excited. I really want you, because you're such a woman of wisdom. So, like, your name in my phone now is gonna be Deidre Wisdom Wells. Like, literally, I'm changing it. Because you are. It's real talk, because the experience is what gives you so much wisdom. You're not talking from what you think. You're talking from what you know.
And I can appreciate the experience.
And yes. And it just has my soul on fire right now. So what would be, just something you want to tell women in general, whether that's about loving themselves, their relationship with God, whatever's on your heart and your spirit right now, what is something you want to tell women in closing?
Most definitely. It would have to be the love for me. It's, I started journaling, and I write my I love you letters.
Love that.
Yes, I love you all the time. If we remember to love ourselves first, there's nothing else. Our energy is going to follow. That love is going to follow, and there's going to be nothing that we feel like we can't get through. We already do. We know how many hats we wear.
Yes. We still in that, girl. Listen, we implementing that. Tonight on the dressing room call, we're implementing that. Writing yourself every day I love you letter. And we're going to hold each other accountable by dropping it in the group, posting it on social media. I love that. See, that's why this conversation was different, because the spirit knew what it was. The spirit knew. I love you letters.
Yes.
I love that, because we don't even really, we tell everybody else we love them.
All the time. All the time.
All the time. But when's the last time you told yourself you love yourself?
It wasn't often. Time it was, not often at all. So now I have to make sure I write see, I love you. P.S. I love you. No matter what your day looked like. I love you.
Wow.
Yes.
Listen, this is what I'm going to do. A few things. So the dressing room call is normally, we do it bi-weekly, and it's normally only for the women of Pretty Girls Trade. We're going to open up the dressing room call tonight for any woman that wants to join. This is not for you to start trading and investing with us. This is for you just to be in an environment of women, and it's going to be something that maybe speaks to your soul about wherever you are in your life right now to take you to the next level. The guest we have tonight is Miss Kiana Woods, the wife of Mr. D.L. Woods, HF educator, but I don't even want to introduce her as the wife, because as a woman, she does so much that a lot of people don't know. That's why I want to highlight her and give her her own stage and her own entity, because she is an individual. But we're going to open this up. I'm going to post a flyer. We're going to open this up to any woman, Miss Wells, any woman you want to invite to the dressing room call tonight. Please do. Again, this is not to sell or recruit anybody. We just want to have an invitation to the atmosphere.
Right.
That's it.
I appreciate you. Definitely an honor for me to extend the invitation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I forgot again how you put that. You got to text it to me.
I will. I'll text.
Please text that to me so I can post it and tag you on Facebook. Please text that to me, because any bars that you ladies say, I like to post it and tag you all. Please text that to me. And I really appreciate you, because we're going to implement those love letters to ourselves. And man, you're talking about the next, listen, baby, you're talking about the next 5-6 months. Listen, you're going to have some strong, confident, bold women like, what's up? We in here.
We're here. Yes.
We are here in the flesh, but led by the spirit, baby. But led by the spirit. Listen, I appreciate you, Ms. Wells.
I thank you
so much.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I can't stop smiling, because you have really set me on fire, and I cannot wait. And I've been telling all the ladies this, I cannot wait until we look back, next year, March 11th, 2022. And this is a Facebook memory. And oh my God. Oh,
I can't wait either. It's going to be so amazing. I'm not accepting nothing less, for so many of us. Yes.
So amazing for all of us. We all win. We all achieve. I want y'all to drop some praise hands in the chat for Ms. Wells, because listen, this has been a wisdom live today. Please drop some praise hands in the chat to celebrate and honor this queen for, number one, just having the transparency and the honesty. Again, none of these lives are scripted. There's no way it can be. There's no way it can be scripted. It's literally being able to see women loving and embracing themselves and talking about their journey and their story. You see all the love that's coming in the Facebook. I truly appreciate you, Queen. Text that to me. I'm going to post that. And I'm about to go and jump in the Pretty Girls Trade group and make sure all the ladies know we are opening it up tonight for any woman that wants to attend that call. We're going to pack that call out and continue to move forward in peace and love. And I'm just so excited for the future.
Thank you. I am too. I appreciate you so much. I cannot wait for it.
Yes, absolutely. You're welcome, babe. You have a great day. All righty. Bye-bye.